What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Cosmic Era Freedom Gundam custom kit from the October 2015 issue of Hobby Japan, used for building the high-grade Cosmic Era Freedom Gundam into the Freedom Gundam Flame Feather from Build Fighters Honoo Tri, with the one runner of parts included. After you get the set built up, the head, cockpit hatch, and red shoulder pieces of the Freedom Gundam are replaced with the custom parts, while either the extra hardpoints or the radiation fins are plugged into the existing shoulder vents. What you get from that is the Freedom Gundam Flame Feather, and while the parts themselves look good with their sharp sculpting, the straight build results look terrible, as most of the original Freedom is left over. What really makes this design work is the color scheme and altered color distribution, which you'd have to paint yourself since it is part of a magazine set. Speaking of which, while the new shoulder and chest pieces require little painting in the form of trims on edges, the head is quite well part separated, so you needn't worry about masking too much for painting the face. But the same cannot be said for the V-fin though. That being said, the visuals can only be truly appreciated when the kit is painted up, so let's take a further look at the final touched up kit. Fully painted and detailed up, and this is how the custom body parts are able to shine and mix well with the Freedom Space aesthetics. The sharper head, cockpit hatch, and shoulders give the kit an overall fresh feeling despite keeping most of the original kit in a similar way to the high-grade Psycho Doga. The head sculpt is also exemplified by the paintwork, and while I did go lazy and apply the Freedom's existing eye sticker, it doesn't really detract from the high levels of sculpting implemented. Moreover, while the arm raise is negligibly restricted by the new parts, the head actually has some wider rolling range, so articulation is slightly improved as well. While I will admit that the changes in the color distribution is a bit overkill to paint in, I'd argue that this is what SEED Freedom should have done to rehash old designs, instead of giving them lifted panels and minor venting changes at the very most. Overall, especially with the paint job, I really like what the custom kit brings to the high-grade Cosmic Era Freedom Gundam. As for new weapons, the one set that you get is the pair of feathered tonfas and the 3 pairs of blades. They're multi-purpose weapons that feature a movable handle to adjust the angle. They can be sandwiched into the hand for use, and can be optionally clipped around the elbow armor for extra solidity at the cost of locking up an elbow joint. As they are, they can function as the primary ranged weapons, though the blades can be plugged into the hardpoint in the gap of the weapon and fold out for use in melee combat. Moreover, the beam emitter can also accommodate a blade, should you choose. While the tonfas themselves cannot be stored, the blades can be stored on the shoulder hardpoints, which is quite practical, though at the cost of the visuals looking a bit too wild. Though even without the physical blades, the beam emitters on the front and back can be activated to use the weapons as beam tonfas as well. They can also combine with each other with the use of a flip-out peg for a dual-bladed weapon that puts the Gundam Spiegel to shame, and I assume it provides extra defense as well with the larger surface area. Finally, the hardpoints on the shoulders can be replaced with a set of radiation fins. It does lose some accents if you base it on the official paint jobs, but I've always had a thing for radiation fins from designs like the F91, so this would probably be my preferred display, with the empty hardpoints being a close second. Articulation remains relatively unchanged though, if at all, so that's a relief. Removing my satisfying yet troublesome painting experience from the equation, I'm quite satisfied with what I've got out of the Freedom Gundam custom kit. The new body parts give the kit its own visual identity, distinct from its roots despite the minimal differences on paper, while the new weapons and proper conversion into a melee combat style makes you forget about the guns and why the Freedom Gundam was so controversial to begin with in terms of lore. Though if the Freedom Gundam Flame Feather isn't what you're aiming for with the set, the extra head and feathered tonfas with their 3 blades and multifunctionality are arguably reason enough to steal them for use with other gunpla. Though, ignoring my melee bias, this is an honest-to-god fun weapon set for any purpose you get the set for, which is why I will recommend it over some of the other magazine sets I've reviewed before. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and feel free to follow me on social media with the links down below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Bye bye.